Hey everybody, it's Melina. Welcome to Monday Night Live, where we chat about stuff and topics and such. I'm super excited to be with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for letting me be a little late. So today, Jason and I went to the funeral of one of my longtime friends' father. He actually passed away in January. And his service was today. Today's also the 20-year anniversary of me losing my grandmother to cancer. So it's like everything's connected. So we went to the funeral at the same place we had my grandmother's funeral, and my friend Tiffany, who I was there for, she was there for me when my grandmother passed away. I don't remember exactly the date of my grandmother's funeral, but it was close to 20 years ago. So it's just really interesting, like just how everything is so connected. And it's kind of a nice little segue into our topic, which is all about relationships. So without further ado, let's dive into our topic, because I'm really excited and passionate about building relationships. That is like seriously the most important thing to me, probably in life, is connections with people, friendships. I mean, I've been friends with my friend Tiffany, that's in town for her dad's funeral. I've been friends with her since I was 12, like almost, well, maybe 12 and a half or 13. I don't remember, but still a really long time, 20 plus years. And while we don't talk every day anymore, we can pick up where we left off. We have this amazing connection. We've got fun stories. She knows like my personality. I know her personality. And we laughed so much at dinner tonight. It was amazing. So thank you guys for letting me go and be with her this evening. But so I love relationships. I do. And I feel like truly my secret to being successful in Pink Zebra is my ability to build and maintain relationships. I think most of you know like what I did last month to be able to earn that incentive trip. I sold over $7,000 to like 64 people. 64 people purchased product from me last month. That would not have happened if I didn't place like a huge value and a huge importance on being relationship focused. Like my customers know like they are not a number to me. Just like you guys should know you are not a number to me. I call you by your name. I don't call you by your consultant number, because you're more than that. And my customers are more than how much they spend with me. I take care of the ones who buy a jar here and there pretty much the same way as I do the ones who shop with me every month or spend a lot with me a couple times a year. So relationships are important. So I want to just share some little some nuggets. Hi, Ava Lou. Did you take your walk? Oh, she's the sweetest girl. Relationships are very important to Ava too. She's got a lot of people that she loves. So the first thing that I'll share with you, and you've heard this a million times and you're probably going to roll your eyes, but you've got to have a list. So I'm going to share something that Kelsey did. And she's probably, I don't know if she's here live. She'll probably catch the replay. But Kelsey made a chicken list of people that she is not 100% comfortable talking to about Pink Zebra, even just inviting them to a party or sharing samples with them. But, she's going to be brave, and she's going to reach out to so many each day so that she can share Pink Zebra, so she can get the word out. It's like handing someone a stick or offering someone a stick of gum. Like they might say no, but that's not going to stop you from offering it to the next person. It's not personal. It's really not, but we take it so personally. And I get it. I'm a super sensitive person. Like, that's just how I am. And, until you've heard enough no's, it can be hard. It really can. But the great thing is that the no it has very little to do with you, if anything. No sometimes means not now. Sometimes it means they're truly not interested, and sometimes it just means they don't have enough information to be able to give you a yes. So keep that in mind. So have that contact list. You can write it out, you can type it up on your phone, but it's really great to be able to track the, people that you have reached out to and shared. And the cool thing is that list will continue to be updated. You'll meet someone new and you'll say, I haven't shared Pink Zebra yet with them, and maybe right now is not the right time. Like, I just met them, so I'm not gonna ask them if they want to have a party just yet, but I'm going to continue to build that relationship, get to know them, and then when the time is appropriate, then I can say, hey, I don't know if you know, but I'm a consultant with Pink Zebra. I'd love to send you some samples to see what you think. And then when they're like, oh my gosh, these are amazing, like, well, hey, would you ever want to get some friends together on Facebook to earn some products for free and half price? So there is like a natural progression that people go through. Amanda Todd, who is like, I love her. She has a product called the Booking Shuffle. And it's really awesome because it teaches just that. Like, people might be like very, like, on this side, a very cold lead. Like, you just met them. So the first thing you say to them is not going to be like, hey, you want to have a party? But you move them through the stages till they are warm, till they are prime, and they know you, they like you, they trust you. And now's a great time to sprinkle in that opportunity to host, or even opportunity to join. So I'm actually going to get you guys a special link. Amanda is giving that Booking Shuffle away for free. So if you don't already have it, I'll share the link in the comments for you guys. You need to enter, I just think it's just your name and your email. Then you will get an email that will give you a code to go and get it for free in the shop. If you have any questions about that, just let me know, because I have the Booking Shuffle. It's fabulous. So like I said, make your list and then continually update it, because you are going to meet new people. And some of those people on your list are going to become customers, become hosts, and become team members. So that list, think of it as like a revolving door. It's always going. The next thing that I want to share with you is that when you're building relationships, you have to be authentic and genuine and real. I see, and like, I promise I try really hard not to judge the things that people do on social media, but like my BS radar goes off all the time when I'm scrolling, because I feel like people are posting things that are not authentic to them. They are using the same copy paste text that I've seen a million other people use. They're not bringing anything new. They're not bringing anything valuable. And then they're losing out on the opportunity to build like a real relationship with someone. So I would encourage you, like, if you wouldn't say it to someone face to face, don't post it on social media. And by that, I mean, like, you're never going to like spit out or regurgitate the, hey girl, I am a Pink Zebra consultant and I would love for you to have a party so you can earn, like, you would never say all those things to someone's face necessarily. Now, unless you knew them really well. First of all, you wouldn't say, hey girl, you'd be like, friend, like, okay, I love you. You love me. You haven't had a party for me yet. Like, what's it going to take for you to introduce me to some friends? I'll hook you up with some Pink Zebra goodies, host rewards. Hello. But like, most of the time, like, we don't talk like that in everyday life to people. So why are people doing it on social media? Why are we copying and pasting the words that don't work, the words that aren't authentic? So keep that in mind as you're posting things. Like, If you see a post that Pink Zebra does on their personal page and you like that concept, don't copy and paste exactly what they do. Make it your own, put your personality into it. The thing I said earlier about building the know, like, and trust factor, that is huge. You guys, there are like 80,000 Pink Zebra consultants, maybe more. I don't know. I don't have the exact count, but there's like more than just us here in this group out in the world. So what is it that you can do to stand out from the crowd? The thing you can do to stand out from the crowd is be yourself. There are people out there looking for someone just like you to buy from, to host with, and to join with. So be you. That's super, super important. So when it comes to like being genuine and building relationships, ask questions, get to know people, listen. That's a big one. Listen, pay attention to what people are telling you, pay attention to what you see going on in their life, because there have been times where maybe I posted something a little, like, I don't post a lot of negative stuff on social media, but sometimes I'm real and honest about things that are going on. And then next thing you know, I'm getting a message from someone I haven't talked to in a million years, like, hey girl, I'm having a blah, blah, blah party. And then this like whole paragraph of things. That person didn't bother to check and see what's going on in my life before they messaged me. They decided their personal agenda was the most important thing. And that's not how we operate. So I'm really cautious and careful about reaching out to someone, like, even if like I need something, like, or I want to follow up with them to make sure that, they don't need to reorder. Like, I'm conscious of what people have going on in their lives. And if their freaking grandma just died, I'm probably not like, hey girl, you ready to reorder some sprinkles? I'm going to say, hey, I just saw that your grandmother passed away, and I just wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of you, sending you a virtual hug. If you need anything, let me know. And that reorder message can come another day. So I just want you to think about those types of things, because while we sell a product, we are not salespeople. We are relationship people, and we are in a relationship business. And I feel like I'm preaching a little, like taking y'all to direct sales church, but it's like, it's just such a big deal. Like I know that there are people that they do business with me and will continue to do business with me because I don't treat them like a number. I am genuine. I know what's going on in their lives. I've built a friendship with them. Those are the people who will never stop supporting my business because they know, like, they know what their support means to me. Okay, sorry. So let me like keep it moving, because I can get really passionate about this, because I've just seen and received too many of those messages that are not there. Okay, so Brenda Stir, who I also love, is it Brenda? Maybe it is. I don't know. It's somebody really smart. I'm going to give credit to Brenda because I can't think of who else it could be. She talks about, arrows out, arrows in. So if your arrows are on yourself, then it's all about what you can get. It's, you hitting that sales goal so that you can get those pink dollars, or me going on an incentive trip. Like, that was a big deal, earning that. But I didn't message people to say, hey, I need an order so I can earn this trip. I tried really hard for like the majority of February to just check in with people and see, hey, you ready to try some new scents? Can I get you some samples? I tried to be arrows out the whole time. And even on the 26th, when I did have to be real with people and say, I don't know if this is going to happen, but I really hope it does, because I really need this trip. I was a little arrows in, but I also said, if you can help me, I'll totally take care of you. And so for a lot of people, well, most people that reached out to me, like they got a discount. Like I tried to hook them up with a discount. I did a huge giveaway with goodies that I had on hand. And like that was fun. That was something I could do. I couldn't give every single person something, but I gave as many people things as I could. So I tried to be really giving. I was appreciative of what people's orders. Like people really showed up for me, but they did it because they knew, like, well, number one, people want to be a part. People want to help. They absolutely do. And sometimes you have to let them know that you need help. That's the thing I struggle with. But also, like, these are people who know me and know that I don't constantly ask them to buy anything. So that's huge. Okay, so I said earlier, I'm looking at different notes. I've got like 2 sets of notes. So some of this might be just a little repetitive, but listen, that is so important. Even when you're getting to know someone at a vendor event, at a home party, which we will get to have eventually. I know we will. Anytime you're messaging or talking to people, listen to, like, you should absolutely listen more than you talk. Ask questions. That's super important. Get to know them. Figure out what their pain points are. Figure out what their family life is like, because we have a product that solves a problem. Stinky houses and stinky cars is a problem. So getting to know those people, listening for those pain points. Maybe they are hesitant to burn candles because they have young children, but they love the idea of a simmer pot or a simmering light or even a wall hug, or they think soaks is great because they can use it as a room spray. There's just all those opportunities to solve their problem with our products. The other thing is, excuse me, hold on a second. Use social media to find some common interest. So I know that not everybody has like all the same interests that I do, but I do try to connect with people who we do bond over similar things. Like maybe they like cat videos too, or maybe they never know what to make for dinner. I'm super fortunate that Jason makes dinner most nights. But like, there was a time that I was a little more involved in the kitchen. And so I was always like looking for recipes, things that are Melina proof, because I am not a skilled cook and I don't find joy in cooking. It's just not my thing. But you guys think about like the things that you love. So I know Vicki and I have talked about this before. So like she loves her dog Ranger and he is a German Shepherd. She will correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he's a German Shepherd. And so I know that she's in German Shepherd groups. And she's not in those groups to be like, hey, you guys got dogs. I know you want to buy a pink zebra. She's in there connecting with people who also love German Shepherds. And at some point, she takes the person through the process and they're no longer this stranger. They are now a friend. And the natural place for it to go is, hey, well, what do you do for a living? Like, do you work outside the home? I know right now, a lot of people work inside the home. But what do you do outside of loving German Shepherds? Oh, you're an accountant. Oh, that's really awesome. That I might need to pick your brain on some things because I have my own business. And then the person's like, oh, tell me about your business. Okay. So now you opened the door. The door is now open for you to mention your business. And you can say, yeah, I love using this product because you know how smelly dogs can be. Like they like to roll around in the yard or they just like with Ava, for example, sometimes her feet smell because she, licks them or whatever. So when the time was appropriate, the door opened and you could then present your business. And that's when it's just so simple as saying, I'd love to send you some samples and see what you think. I think our products, I don't believe they sell themselves. And hear me when I say that. They speak for themselves. They absolutely do. To sniff them is to love them. I rarely meet people who sniff our sprinkles and are not completely blown away and impressed by how amazing they are. But they don't sell themselves because we sell them. You know, if they sold themselves, then sprinkles would have been wildly successful in Bath and Body Works in the late 90s, but they weren't. They were an epic fail because people didn't understand what to do with them. So we are here to educate people on how they can use this amazing product in their home. It's safe. Like, I mean, don't eat it because it tastes bad, but like, if you eat one, it's okay. I know from experience. But yeah, we're here to sell the product. We are here to explain how it works. But when people get those samples, then what do you do? I know this is probably tough for people. So if someone doesn't just like message me, like they've fallen out of their chair, they love those samples so much and they're ready to order, you know what I do? I invite them to my next party or the next thing, or invite them to my group or to my business page, somewhere where they can continue to be in my space where I'm going to share information. You guys, maybe I'm doing it wrong. maybe I should try and get them to buy something, but that's not my style. And not having that style has still done me pretty okay. You know, I'm doing all right. But it's keeping them connected to the product, because I feel like when people experience our product, they get like, it's an emotional reaction. Scent is tied to memory. And, you know, I can think of some smells that like specifically remind me of my grandmother. So if Pink Zebra said, hey, we've got this sprinkle that smells like White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor, right? That's her name. I'd be all over it because I know my grandma used to wear that perfume. Or if they said, okay, we have a sprinkle that smells like, this is so funny, you guys, Mary Kay's extra emollient night cream, I would say, give me buckets full, because that reminds me of my grandma too. She used to use that product. So I got off on a little bit of a tangent, but I think you guys understand where I'm going with it. But, you know, invite them to the next thing, because I feel like, this is my personal opinion, that the party atmosphere is the perfect selling atmosphere. Because if they come to my party and they participate in my post, when the party's over, I can then reach out to them and say, oh my gosh, did you have so much fun? Like, tell me what's your favorite thing that you learned. And then, you know, if you're doing awesome Facebook parties, then you probably have a party special. So then you say, hey, just a reminder, here's the party special. When you're ready to check out, just let me know what you'd like and I'll take care of you from there. So I didn't even ask them if they wanted to buy something. I assumed that they were going to, and there's nothing wrong with that. So the next thing is add value. So where we do this, you guys, is social media, big time. So like, we're not even going to talk about personal pages right now. We're going to talk about business pages, and we're going to talk about groups, because like, I have them both. I love them both, but they serve two very different purposes for me. And let me explain. That business page, that is my public place where anybody can find me. Like, it's like my little storefront. So people can walk by Facebook land and be like, oh, Pink Zebra, Melina Dixon. Oh, I should stop by and check that out. They can see, and I used to post there every day. You guys, a year or two ago, I would have said, make sure you post on that business page every single day. Like, but now I post a couple times a week and it's totally okay. But that's my storefront where anybody can find me. And you guys, people do find you there, but you do have to be consistent, and you have to show up, and you have to share things that are valuable to people. Constantly sharing Pink Zebra marketing graphics, that's not how you add value. So I feel like, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I feel like we might want to talk about like some social media stuff pretty soon, because I know we have new people, and you guys are new, and you don't know. You just say, oh, I found this in the image group, or I found this in Pinterest and it's cool and I don't have to make it. I'll just post it. And 9 times out of 10, people are doing that on their personal page, but personal pages are not where, in my opinion, that's not where we go and we build a big business. It's not. Our friends get tired of seeing the same kinds of things over and over again from us. They're our friend because they love us, they're not there to constantly see things about our business. But that business page, you can be a little more business focused there, but I still really think that you've got to take some of those things that you're interested in. So like in the example, Vicky, like funny memes about German Shepherds, funny dog videos in general are great. And it doesn't just have to be that. Vicky has more interest than just German Shepherds, but like I know that to be true about her. And so I wouldn't be surprised if I went to her business page and within the last week or two, there was something German Shepherd related. Like I'd be surprised if there wasn't anything because I know she loves her dog. On a side note, you guys, if you have pets or if you have children, use them as a part of your business. And I don't mean use them like exploit them, but like if you have kids that are old enough to make samples for you, snap a photo of them making samples. They're like, your intern or something fun like that. For me with like Ava, she can't make samples for me, but there are opportunities where I can somehow incorporate her into my business. Maybe it's just taking a picture of her sniffing some sprinkles or whatever, but like that makes your business like real and they see your life. And that's just one way for people to connect with you. If you have children, you're going to attract other people who have children. They're going to be like, oh, that's so great. Your kids or your grandkids help you make samples. Like, that's amazing. So yeah, that was a side note, but I think it was an important side note. So back to adding value. Think about problems that our products solve. That's important. But think about other problems that our customers have that have nothing to do with our products. Like I was talking about earlier, what to make for dinner. I'm constantly seeing like organizational hacks or life hacks. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, why didn't I think of that? And when I see those things, of course, naturally, like my brain goes, oh, I should share that on Facebook. My brain goes, well, I'll share that on my personal page so people can see it. But then I go, no, I'm going to share it on my business page. As many people won't see it, but the people that do see it will probably like it, love it, react in some way. Sometimes I'll get comments and sometimes they'll share it. And you get like, I'm going to call it algorithm credit. And I don't pretend to understand the Facebook algorithm. So I'm not going to go into that with you guys. It's a mystery to me. I don't get it. But what I do know is that all that stuff matters. People reacting, commenting, and sharing things that are posted on a public business page, that matters. That tells Facebook, this page shares valuable content. If you go live on your business page, even better. Now let's talk about groups because I've already been live longer than I planned to, but you guys, I think this is such good information. So I hope you watch all of it. The group, my group, I don't even call it a VIP group anymore. I used to, but it's shifted. There are people in there who I would not consider a VIP customer yet. They have the potential to get there, but they're not there yet. I call it my customer community. I started calling it that, I think sometime last year. I changed the name of it. It used to be Melina's PZ VIPs or something like that. And I was like, I'm going to change it because it's just not a VIP group anymore. Yes, the people who are in it are important. I do try to roll out the red carpet for those people specifically. I try to share information with them first. So in essence, it is a VIP group because I treat them like they're the most important people. They are, for the most part. Those people in the group are truly like some of my best customers, some of my most loyal supporters. But the group will get bigger beyond that. That is my customer community, and I named it Positively Fragrant with Melina. Positivity is like super big. People know that I'm a positive person. At least I like to think I am. And so I changed up the name and I'm really happy with it. So that group, those people, they get a unique view of my business. When I have samples, I offer them there first. They get to see like behind the scenes, behind the curtain sometimes of things. And I try to add like the most value to those people in that group. Like I am sharing on a weekly basis, a tip, a how to, a hack, something wonderful. People are really learning things in there. Every Monday, I'm sharing top sellers so people can see what other people are buying. People like that kind of stuff. People ask me all the time, like, oh, what's your top sellers? Like, everyone's top sellers are probably different. And so now I have a post every single Monday to let them know, like, for the month, what are people buying? And you guys, I'll just tell you, people are buying the nurse bundle. People are buying Scent Flirt. People are buying spring cleaning sprinkles. They're buying sugared grapefruit sprinkles. What was the one I added today? Dang, I can't remember. I added another scent. I'll have to go look at my post because I just don't remember. But people get to see like what other people are buying. And if they've never smelled one of those particular scents before, then that opens the door for them to say, oh, hey, what does sugared grapefruit smell like? Or what does clean smell like? Or what does, Mediterranean coast smell like, or whatever. And then in the comments, we're having a conversation. I can tell them what I think it smells like, or I can share the scent description with them and then say like, would you like a sample? And then I add them to my sample list and I get that to them. And then that's a follow-up opportunity once they sniff it. Hopefully they sniff it and they message me and they're like, oh my God, I need to get that. And by the way, like I want to get a couple other things too, because I want free shipping. But if not, then I at least, I can follow up and see what they think. And maybe it turns into an order in the future, or maybe they're not ready to order. So that's how I try to add value. I do a poll every Thursday morning with different topics that I could potentially share when I go live that night. I started going live every single Thursday in my group. Now, last Thursday, I went live on my business page and shared it into my group, really just to try and get some different eyeballs on my live, because I do have people that follow my page that aren't a part of my group yet. And I'm slowly trying to get as many people in there as possible. You guys, I've had that group for maybe 6 or 7 years. And I haven't been super consistent with getting people into it. And I'm just now trying to be much more intentional about that. So my group, 8 years in, 7 years in, whatever, however long I've had it, I have 164 people in there. I could definitely have more. I always wanted to keep it really small, but you know what? I can still add value and still roll out the red carpet and still spoil those people, even if it's a little larger. I know that I can. So the next thing that I have for you, and I think we kind of already touched on this, is just have conversations and not sales pitches, because we're not salespeople. Be genuine, like I said, make their lives easier. So focus on those problems that we can help people solve. And then be patient, because well, number one, you've got to be patient building relationships. Okay, so here's a good example. So Simon Sinek is a motivational speaker that I follow, and he asked someone like, okay, when did you know you loved your wife? And it wasn't the first date. It was sometime between like the 7th date and 5 years, somewhere in there. So it takes time. Think a little bit in terms of relationships. You meet someone and maybe you start flirting. It starts out with flirting, or maybe it starts with a friendship, and then it moves to flirting, and then you start dating. And after a period of dating, then you're like, ooh, okay, we're getting engaged. And that's like, okay, that's serious. And then you get married, and then by the time you're married to that person, okay, I love them, they love me, we're in this. And by that time, that person should absolutely be in your customer group. If you're married to them, get them in your group. I hope you understand what I'm saying, but you have to be patient. We don't meet someone unless you're me. because apparently love at first sight exists for me, because the day I met Jason, I knew I'd marry him. But normal people who aren't me don't decide that's the person I'm going to marry that person. No, they're like, ooh, okay, I like them. I'm going to get to know them. Okay, I think maybe they like me. Let me try flirting. Oh, okay, they're receptive. All right, let's go. Let's see if they'll go on a date with me. And you move them through the process. So that takes time, and you have to be patient. And then the last thing is maintain your relationships. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some super awesome nuggets, and then I promise I'll be done. I hope that you're enjoying this. I put my heart and soul into this because relationships are like, oh my gosh, so crucial. Like, I can't even tell you guys. Like, you probably know, but if you don't know, I hope you know now. Like, I would not be where I am, not at all, in my business without putting such a huge emphasis on relationships. They're so important. So maintaining your relationships. So a couple things you can do. Number one, you guys are going to love this or hate this, but number one, sing people happy birthday on their birthday. I started doing it a couple years ago, and yes, it feels weird, and I'm not a great singer, and that's a hard song to sing, but it puts a smile on people's faces. No one else, I promise you, no one else is singing these people happy birthday over voice note. So Facebook is kind to us, and every day they tell us whose birthday it is. So when that happens, you know, just be like, don't sing happy birthday to someone so that you can then try and sell them something, especially if you haven't talked to them in a while. Sing them happy birthday just to make them smile. And that opens a door for a conversation so that you can move them through that process. So if you haven't talked to them in a while, they are cold. You've got to warm them back up. You got to remind them why they like you, why you guys are Facebook friends. You got to comment on their post and see how cute their kids are, and wait until the moment is right for you to offer them samples or invite them to a party or invite them to an opportunity event. It's a process. And that's, being the hardest part's probably being patient, because we want it all like right now. We want it microwaved, but I'm telling you, it's the slow cooker process. So singing them happy birthday, super important. Another great way to maintain relationships, and if you know what, I can show you guys this real quick. I'll share my screen and show you. They call them interest lists, I think, but they're essentially friends lists. So you can actually go on Facebook on the desktop. You can't do it on your app, but you can go. Okay, you can go on Facebook and you can go. So you see where my name is, friends, groups, memories, pages, see more, and scroll till you get to friends lists. And so here, I have a list called PZ Virgins. I actually haven't looked at these lists in a while. I'm going to be honest with you. I need to update them. But PZ Virgins are people who've never tried pink zebra. Dots are, this is funny, divas on my level 1 and 2 dots. That needs to be updated too. Past and present customers. So I started making these lists so I had, I could go to a specific list. So let's just say I want to go to the PZ Virgins. It'll be really funny to see if these people are still virgins, or if they've tried pink zebra. Okay, so this is a lady who was our realtor when we sold our rental property. So I know I talked to her about pink zebra a million years ago, but guess what? The time's not right to bring it up. Her son passed away within the last couple weeks. So I'm going to, do the care reaction, or I'm going to comment, but I'm not going to message her and say, hey, I'd love to send you some pink zebra samples. So this is a really, really great opportunity for you to pay attention to just the people you want to pay attention to. So this creates a new news feed, and these are just people that I've identified that have never tried pink zebra. So I want to see what these people are doing. I want to say hey to them, or like, okay, Angie, I used to sell Mary Kay with her. So I'm going to love her photo because it's beautiful. And she says it reminds her that spring is really here. I'm just going to say such an awesome photo, because it is. I'm being real. So basically this is what you can do. You can just see what people are up to, the specific people that you decided you've never talked to about Pink Zebra. So I would recommend making a list for those kinds of people. I'd recommend making a list for your current customers. I'd recommend, if you have a team, making a list for your team. So before I reach out to you and say like, hey, you ready to promote? It might be helpful to know if something crazy has happened in your life. Don't you think? That's like the respectful thing to do. Okay, so I think I'm done, but that's just that's a helpful way to stay up on what people are up to. So yeah, so that's what I got. So any questions before I hop off? This is like my most favorite topic in the world. Seriously. I'm going to ask if I can talk about it at reunion. Cuz I think as much as it's, in my opinion, common sense, it's not that way for everybody. People, like, I would share my screen and just like scroll through Facebook for you guys to show you some of the things that I see posted that are not like, that I don't feel are effective, but I don't want to call anybody out or make anybody feel bad if it's something you guys are doing. But, posting every other day, oh, I just made samples, who wants some samples? Like, people don't understand like why they need to say yes to that. So figure out a different way to say it. Be really selective on how you talk about your business on your personal page. I know I'm not perfect. Trust me, not perfect. But I do try to primarily highlight what I like to call journey post. So something cool that I get to do in my business because of or something I get to do cool in life because of my business. So the last thing I posted about my business was on Thursday. I was the lowest point earner for the Aruba incentive trip, and like, I don't care. I said they're still letting me on the plane. So I just wanted to share that. Like, I wanted to share that to let it be an inspiration to someone that like sometimes it's okay. Like, you still win even if you come in last place. So I did that for that purpose. I did share a video from the Pink Zebra homepage where they were showing a throwback to Aruba. And the post doesn't say, I got to go to Aruba with Pink Zebra. You should talk to me about why you want to join my team. I literally just said, can you spot me? Like, nobody could. Nobody could spot me. But John commented and said, I want to go to Ireland. So if Pink Zebra decides in the future that they're going to Ireland, that's John's trip to win, or to earn, not win. We don't win them, we earn them. That trip has his name all over it. I have customers post and tag me. Sometimes I have stickers that I ask them to do that. That's super cool. So like, what's great about that is third-party validation. So that's someone saying Melina's awesome, or Pink Zebra's awesome, or I love my Happy Meal. And I don't have to tell people my Happy Meal is awesome because somebody else is doing it for me. So those kinds of things are super awesome. So I love getting tagged in posts like that. But yeah, I'm not like, very, very rarely does anything marketing related go on my personal page. That doesn't mean that I don't want people to see the cool things that Pink Zebra's doing, but it's not all about that. I try to get those people over to the places where I'm gonna share those things. Now, trust me, there are times where I'm like, okay, you guys, like, this thing is really cool. And so I gotta share it over here. You guys have to see it. If you want to learn more about it, hop on over to my page because there's more info or whatever. I try to direct people to my business page or to my group from my personal page. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Okay, so I'm done. I'm done. I'm going to hop off now. If you have questions, if you're watching the replay, of course, type replay in the comments so that I know that you stopped by. If you have questions, if you think of anything, please put them in the comments. Please feel free to message me. But please don't take this video as like, I'm not necessarily saying that every single thing you're doing is wrong. I don't want anyone to feel that way. What I want to just do is like share the things that I know work for me. Share, like, I feel like because I've been in direct sales so long, I have like, I struggle saying a level of expertise because I'm not full of myself, I promise, but I've been doing it long enough to know what's truly effective. And I promise you, being genuine and authentic and being relationship focused, that is how like amazing things happen. Plain and simple. And so maybe there's little things that you can tweak to be better, like to be more effective at relationships. So if you need help, like I can hop on the phone with anybody. I can voice note you. I can video chat you. I don't mind doing that. I want to make sure you guys feel comfortable and confident because we have such an amazing opportunity. We have not even scratched the surface of like what's possible in Pink Zebra. There are still so many people that don't know about us. There are people who've lost their consultant for whatever reason. They're looking for people. Like, stand out, be awesome, be that person for someone. So I'm done. Thank you all for coming to my TED Talk. So you have an amazing night, and I'll chat with you all soon. Bye, y'all.